know how it is, lights, camera, action. We gon' keep this party jumping, gotta give it a little something just to keep the fellas looking, you know how it is. Got them hooked, I got them crazy on the music. You know how we do, let's party all night.
So, these debates, I'm going to keep this brief because I actually really want to see what Frederick has to say. I could not make it through the whole debate. Y'all know how I feel about 45. And when Cool Joe told him to shut up, I was done. I said, he made Joe say shut up? Okay, I'm out. I couldn't even finish. I was like,
Exhausting. It's exhausting. Listening to him was exhausting. I couldn't watch the whole thing either. I was quite triggered, honestly.
Well, I feel like Tony Stark right now. Am I the only one that did the homework? Like, so you mean to tell me y'all left me? Hey, y'all have me watch?
No.
Enough.
I had to finish it up because this was the topic. And this is what I will say on a very serious note. The presidential debate was a example of how much this man does not shut up. Because if you are being very honest with yourself, there were absolutely times in this debate that Donald Trump had Joe Biden on the ropes and he wouldn't shut up long enough to trip him up. And I'm like, who coached you? There were absolutely times that I saw Joe like, but he kept talking. And I said, oh, that's that awkward old white man in you. You don't catch social cues. Okay. You missed that. Done.
You missed that? What you got?
I couldn't watch the whole thing. But partially because it was pointless for me to watch the whole thing. And the reason I say that is because Trump is a classic narcissist with clear narcissistic personality disorder. So you get the circular reasoning, you get the fallacies, you get the gaslighting and the nonstop bulldozing of the entire conversation. There's no rationalizing or debating a narcissist. There's literally no point. And it was very indicative at the first however many minutes I got into it. And because I have personal experience with quite a few narcissists in my life, it is very triggering to watch that type of exchange and know how that feels to be on the receiving end of it. So I give Joe a lot of credit for not completely losing his shit. But at some point when he said, shut up, yeah, it's exhausting. It's exhausting watching that man just completely take over a conversation and he has no business debating anybody because there's no point. There's no point. No point.
Yes. For me, as a former, I did debate in high school, so I've never liked political debates because to me they've never been debates. All they are is little campaign speeches. The moderator will ask a question and like, oh, well, how do you feel about the economy? Well, I think we need to strengthen the economy and blah. And it's like, well, we all think that, but you didn't answer the question. So I've never liked presidential debates.
It's just like the political ads, the same thing.
Yeah, this one, however, I didn't watch it live because of my schedule, but I was actually looking forward to this one just because I knew it was going to be a spectacle. I didn't care nothing about the substance. I was just like, all right, because, and again, we're at the same place we were at the last election when we had Clinton and Trump. They are who they are. And now we have Trump and Biden. They are who they are. Biden is an old man who you can tell is intelligent and a sharp guy, but it's starting to slow. It's starting to slow down. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, I know we all old enough when you had your little Walkman and the battery started to die and the tape was still playing, but it's starting to slow down. So it sounds chopped. That's who Biden is. And then Stephanie, as we talked about, Trump is a classic narcissist. They are who they are, and they did not disappoint because on the night of the debate, they were who they were. I did watch the whole thing and whatnot. Granted, it was last week, so it's not super, super fresh because I watched the VP debate. So they both agreed to 2-minute answers. So neither camp can complain about, not having enough time. Both camps agreed to that. Now, I think we're all in unison as far as our feelings about Mr. President Donald J. Trump. However, I will be as fair to this man as possible. I will call balls and strikes. I gotta say this though. I gotta give him one. When they asked about the Supreme Court, Trump won that because he said, "Look, when I'm elected for 4 years, not 3. So basically, like, yo, I am still president right now, so I should get to pick this judge." Do I necessarily agree with that? No, but I got to give him credit. That was a good answer. So I'm gonna give him his credit. I think that might be all I have for him. I think that might be all the credit. I think I'm out.
I do think what was interesting, though, to watch the two of them versus the Clinton-Trump debate in 2016, just having experience with male narcissists, and narcissists in general are deeply, deeply insecure. I could tell that he was insecure when it came to Biden because of the way that he would completely bulldoze the conversation so much more than he did with Clinton. I think he was showing his cards, and if Biden had picked up on that enough, if Biden was well enough coached how to really deal with a narcissist and stay calm, cool, and collected, and not get sucked into the circular reasoning, it could have been Trump could have hung himself a lot more. But I just thought that was interesting to see the contrast to how different the level of insanity that Trump brought that he didn't quite bring with Clinton, but I think he wasn't intimidated or insecure around a woman.
I like that you brought that up because with my male privilege, that's something that when you pointed out, I notice it, but just watching is not something that I am in tune enough to just pick up on my own. And I recognize that's because I am a man and it's not something that I've had to deal with as far as the difference between, how, talking with, how women see me talking to them as opposed to talking to other men. So I'm glad that you brought that up because, again, it's something that when it's pointed out, I'll see it, but just watching it, it's not something I'll pick up on because of my male privilege. See, that's the thing. When you have certain levels of privilege, you can admit that you have them. Yeah, Letitia.
So I don't think that it was necessarily the lack of coaching on Joe's part. There was a lack of coaching, not firmly disagreeing. I think because, like you, I have history dealing with narcissists, and they actually don't bother me. I'm rather amused by narcissists. But Donald J. Trump is something different. Like, I think we all collectively can agree that he is just in a league of his own. Like how there are spectrums of autism, there are definitely spectrums of narcissism. And
he's grandiose. He is
right. He embodies, like, they should call that the Donald J. Trump syndrome.
Yeah.
Because it's just something different. And I'm not gonna lie to that.
He believes his own lies 100% too.
Right, and I think that speaks to, like, yo, like, he is textbook. Like, he is textbook. I'm so mad that I didn't grab a textbook so I could really read this off to people. And you know what's alarming to me? The amount of people that gravitate to this man. I'm just wondering about people as a whole. Like, I always did. Like, I'm always a little leery of people, and I'm like, yeah, you crazy. But just the level of acceptance of his crazy and how it's rationalized and how people enable him, that's scary.
I think that part, and I can't speak to everyone that's a Trump supporter, but like a true Trump supporter, someone who's, I see, and I even see some of the mild moderates that are like, I don't really like everything he does, but I'm going to go with it. I see a lot of those same people that have these deep fundamentalist religious backgrounds where authority comes before everything else, following authority. Right. And they see him, as well as the police, all part of that government authority. He's the commander in chief. He's top dog. So the respect for authority comes almost secondary to reason and logic. And I think that has probably a lot more to do with it that they're probably not even aware of, because it's so deeply ingrained that they deal with the cognitive dissonance all the time. And they're like, nope, I'm going to push that away because this is my party. This is the leader of said party. This is my country. He's the leader of the country. I'm a patriot. So therefore I have to support this. So therefore I have to make apologetics for all the crazy.
That's a damn good point. that's a great point, Stephanie. Like in all this time of thinking about how insane these people are, I did not think
cult leaders are like that.
I didn't think about that, and it's weird because I can correlate that to me being a daddy's girl, because my dad can be like real life, but I go with it because it's my daddy. Like I go with it because it's my daddy, and it's not rational, but that's my daddy.
Yeah,
so I do it. But you are right. Like that's exactly what that is.
So to recap,
like the cult leaders, the leaders that are truly crazy. But at the same time, there have been some people involved in some of these cults that are maybe not that crazy, but they were sucked in.
Patrick is squirming in his seat. He's getting ready to say something gross.
All right, what? What do you got?
Trump supporters that went from basket of deplorables to y'all a bunch of daddy's girls. Me too. I don't care. Daddy's dudes, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, y'all done went from basket of y'all a bunch of daddy's girls. I don't know. If I wouldn't let Stephanie talk to me like that. I don't know. I wouldn't let that happen to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just how y'all was raised, but she wouldn't have said that about me.
What? About you? What are you talking about? Say what? What are you talking about? What did I miss?
See, he's starting trouble. He's starting trouble.
Did it go over my head? Probably.
He's starting trouble. I'm so sick of him.
You and Andre both. Good Lord.
Watching the debate from an actual, from a content standpoint, there wasn't a whole lot. Like I said, there was a bunch of basically a lot of, campaign speeches and blah blah blah. We're gonna do this. Thing that had me cracking up though, speaking of Trump and his narcissism, is they were talking about healthcare, and he was like, and I wish I could do a Trump impersonation, but he was like, I had a choice. Do I let my people run it really really well or really really badly? And I was just like, what? What grown ass man in a leadership position said like, you can either let them run it really, really well, or really, like, to his narcissistic point. Like, so basically, like, they're running it really, really well because I told them to run it really, really well. I could have let them run it really, really badly, but you're welcome, America. The job that you pay me to do and the people you pay to do their jobs and take care and do things, I allow them to do their jobs well. You're welcome. Like when he said that, I was just like, this dude. But it just, it was funny to me. But yeah, there was really no. Yeah. Another thing, Trump throughout the entire debate was the antagonizer. That's no surprise there.
He has to be, because he's insecure. He had to be.
Yeah. When Biden was like, man, will you shut up again? Because the talk of the debate was their demeanor, and it was definitely on Trump. Now Biden did allow himself to be pulled down to that, so that's definitely on Biden. We have to put some responsibility on him.
It's hard not to. Narcissists are good at that. It's hard. It's hard not to engage.
But the thing that was funny is that
45. Like I feel like Pence has to go into his office and like woosah a couple of times because people like that dude doesn't like him. Like I don't know why people don't pay attention to social cues, but I read people all the time, and
I think Pence. I don't know. I got conspiracy theories coming out.
I don't know what it is. Like I don't know if it's something personal or I don't know what it is. But that dude does not rock all the way with 45. Like he doesn't.
I think he's maybe the mastermind behind all this, and Trump's the dumb puppet. That's what I think. Especially if that 25th Amendment gets invoked. I think we might have some Handmaid's Tale situations on.
I think you're partially right. I think that you're partially right. I think that he's able to pull strings.
He's smarter than he lets on, and he acts like he's gentle and whatnot, but he's deeply.
Oh no, I don't buy that for a second. Mike Pence is the equivalent of Hannibal Lecter to me. That dude right there is very intelligent. He just finds time.
Hold on, let's put a pin in that. Let's circle back around to Pence when we do the VP debate because we got.
Okay.
But because there's a couple things with Trump, because we ain't even talking about the elephant in the room. But another thing that I know
Proud Boys
is he kept talking about Joe Biden's gonna do this and Joe Biden's not gonna do that, which was funny to me because I'm like, we're sitting here seeing what you're telling us, you're making assumptions about what the next administration was gonna do, as we're sitting here looking at what your administration is already doing. So I thought that was
didn't do. Still hasn't done. Where's the plan for the Affordable Care Act? Where's the plan?
Wait a minute, because I really need to talk about this, what this administration has done. Because they have undone so many things.
Right. That's what I mean.
They unraveled so much in the 4 years. I didn't know it could unravel this quick. He has absolutely set the precedence for, you can't undo that. Yeah. Trump did it in 2 days. Like now we're able to say, no, y'all can.
Well, it's like he's proving that our justice system doesn't work. Mm-hmm. That he's above the law, and if you're rich and white, you're above the law. You can do whatever you want. You can change the law. You can absolutely ignore the Constitution. What is the point then? What is this?
Rich, white, and crazy. Because
and loud. The louder you are, the more this will give you your way.
Because I'm so stressed out.
I mean, you guys touched on healthcare. Like one of the first things they talked about was he has no plan to replace the ACA, and he was like, sure. He's like, yeah, if I got rid of the individual mandate, and it's like, dude, that's not that. All you did was alter something. That's not replacing it. You ran on, we're going to get rid of Obamacare.
Yeah, and everyone, he keeps saying, people with pre-existing, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to do to make sure people with pre-existing are still going to get coverage? They have no plan.
Zero plan.
The crazy thing about the ACA is, no, it wasn't the best plan. But I don't think that there is anything that was going to cover what we need because of how capitalism works. Like people have to understand.
Hospitals, they'll just jack up more prices.
We live in capitalism is a way of life here. So when you talk about affordable health care, you can go anywhere else in the world and get the care. Listen, I'm going to get real personal. So I had horrible eczema, like losing skin, bleeding, can't sleep. Benadryl does nothing for me. Eczema. I take Dupixent. 2 syringes of Dupixent is $3,500.
How long does a syringe last?
Injection. So I take 1 injection every 2 weeks, right? Okay. $3,500. Oh my God, I have good insurance. But what happens when you don't have good insurance? And thank God we have never gone on the air when I'm having an outbreak because it is bad. It's bad. I leave skin when I move about. It's really bad. At first they thought it was psoriasis. Anyway, losing track. The point is, it costs so much for medicine. So when you dismantle the Affordable Health Care Act, for people who don't have good health care, didn't have any, and need something, because that's a dermatology issue, but it was quite serious. And me understanding pharmaceuticals, people are addicted to drugs because controlled substances are substantially cheaper than the stuff that you need, like the antibiotic. Mm-hmm. The CO2s. $6. If you buy it straight up pharmacy price, it's $30. But the antibiotic that knock out the infection, it's $300.
It's crazy. And then you've got a whole group of people on a fixed income trying to afford life-saving medications. There's no quality of life for anyone past the age of certain 75 if they didn't have a trust fund or inherited wealth. They're all just broke and sick.
And then you touched on it right there. That thing that irritates me about Americans as well. We are so quick to discard our elderly, where the rest of the world doesn't do that.
No.
We, just sit them out to the pasture and wait for them to die. And we don't take good care of our elderly at all. we don't take good care of our veterans who protect our freedoms at all. Which circles back to, how are you offended at a need, but you're not offended at how the VA treats these vets coming home?
You know what?
And the Trump administration,
but they can't see it. It's not in their face.
Address things that all tie into, as he said, Obamacare being dreadful. But what are you doing to change it? What are you doing?
He's not interested in changing it. That's the thing. He does not care.
You undid it because Obama did it. That's your only.
The problem is one of the problems is that the issue of healthcare, like everything else, is political. What should have happened is, okay, what's the problem? Healthcare in America is absolute hot garbage fire trash. Okay, cool. How do we? All right, Stephanie, you got an idea. We're going to take that. Letitia, you got an idea. You got to take that. Drake, okay, your idea. We're going to take that. But no, what happens is, oh, Stephanie, that's a brilliant idea. But wait, what is that? Is that a D behind your name? Yeah, we can't use that idea. Oh, Letitia, your idea is stupid, but that's an R behind your name, so we'll do that. And then, okay, so we do that. Now, Stephanie, you got a D behind your name, and you're like, well, we got to get rid of that because the R's did it, and the R's are like, no, we got to keep it because we did it, and the D's are like, no, we got to do something better. And with
R's, it's deeper than that. We're profiting off of mortality. We're profiting off of people's health. It's deeper than that.
Well, yeah, also, well, because you guys already did the whole capitalism thing.
It is. I think he's right on surface level. That's it.
I'm just the root of it is we don't see healthcare as a human right. We see it as a for-profit business.
Right.
It boils down to capitalism.
It will happen.
Right. But even if we didn't, again, our government is not set up in a way to where it's like, all right, we are public servants. Our job is to do what is in the best interest of the people. We understand that America, with all of its diversity, it's difficult because we can't just do blanket things because we don't have a blanket society. But what's going to be in the best interest of the most number of people, and do that regardless of who gets credit for it, regardless of whose idea it was. Do your jobs.
But what sucks is, even if they do, because of, like she said before, because of capitalism, because these big pharmaceutical companies and these hospitals, these for-profit hospitals, will just jack up the price even more. So even the most well-intended have to go up against the corporations that we are feeding and funneling, because that's the way we set the system up.
But here's the thing: if it was we're doing our jobs, then the pharmaceutical industry would not own our government. So then
but we have like some undoing of years and years of that.
If by undoing you mean take the whole garment and not pull out a thread, but just throw it in the trash can and set it on fire and go down and buy it and get a new garment, then yeah, undoing, sure.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, to do, like, if it was Obama, to do his job, he had obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, and still, But
here's the thing. Let's be honest here. This is what the Trump era has taught us. After all that, you can burn it to the ground without having anything in place. It can be pure anarchy. It can be chaos. And if it's already all of those things already, then why not just throw it away in the first place?
I agree. Let's start over. Let's all live in a garden with plants.
It is already chaotic. Throw it away. Start anew. Do something that is really going to serve the people. If you want to be a public servant, because that's what you are, ladies and gentlemen on the Hill, you are public servants. So if you really want to do well by your constituents, throw the whole damn thing away. Let's stop playing this game as if we operate within the lines. Donald Trump has taught us you don't have to do it, and nobody's gonna check you.
Right.
If everyone would collectively, I'm ready for Red Dawn. That's fine. I could do that. We could do that.
Just as long as Jim Harbaugh ain't involved. But anyway, ladies, I have a question for y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all. Okay, so scenario: y'all are both happily married to the man of your dreams, right? Happily married to the man of your dreams, and you're like, baby, do you think that a man raping a woman is wrong? And the man of your dream turns you like, well, what's the rapist's name? Like, what's the scenario? Like, how do you feel?
No.
Right? You wait, what? Right, Letitia, how would you feel? Okay, Letitia's, are you frozen? No, because your lip just moved. Are you mute? Are you ignoring?
I'm not frozen. Triggered. Not frozen. Where you going with this phrase? I can't even like.
Okay,
where you going with
people out there that are like, Donald Trump did denounce white supremacy. No. Donald Trump was asked point blank to denounce. He said was, who are we talking about? It don't matter. Does it matter? Who does it matter? Does it matter? Are we talking about Proud Boys cake? Does it? You are the president of the United States. Racism is a hot button issue. I don't care if you're
talking about two non-loyalists. We're not. I don't know. I can't speak for Letitia, but I'm not a loyalist. I'm not a nationalist. I don't subscribe to just one ideology that I can't break free of. The people that rationalize that Trump did denounce it or they make excuses for it goes back to the type of people that do not question authority. They don't question what they were taught to follow. You asking me and her is totally different than you asking a follower of where they place their priority and ideology in one person.
But the reason why I asked you that question, and Stephanie, your reaction was perfect, because you were like, no, like, what do you mean? Like, if I ask you that question, your answer is supposed to be, oh, hell no. We don't need stipulations on, well, what type of white supremacy are we talking about? Is it white supremacy from like one person, or is it white supremacy from an organized group? How old is the group? Where's the group located at? Do they have pancake breakfast? No. And then for the people like, well, they were bringing up clips of times where he's spoken out about it. I'm like, okay, that's all fine and dandy. One, those were prepared statements. He was asked off the cuff, which is a lot different, because now you don't have a safety net. If I'm asking you a question point blank to your face, you need to give me a genuine answer. And I don't care if you denounce it 15 times. When you are asked the 16th time, you denounce it. And also for the daddy's girls out there, because that's what I'm gonna call y'all now, the Trump, the citrus citizens out there. Maybe you ask yourself, why is it your president keeps getting asked to denounce white supremacy? I don't remember any president in my lifetime being asked that question over and over and over and over again in public. Maybe there's a reason why, because maybe he has never made it absolutely clear where he stands on that. Obviously, with Barack, he's not going to get that question. I don't remember either one of Bush. I don't remember Clinton getting it.
Is even with his response, they still don't care, and that's why we need to burn the place down. You start over, throw it in the trash, because it like he said in his campaign trail in 2016, I could shoot someone in the middle of the street and they'd still vote for me, and it's fucking true.
Now, again, as I said, balls and strikes. I'm not even gonna get on him about the I'm not even gonna get him on the stand by, because he's not that good of a speaker. Okay, cool. He misspoke. I'll give you that. I can see that point. Whether he did or not, I'll give you that point. You can have that point other side.
Yeah.
My question is,
misspoke.
Why is it that the first? Well, yeah,
I think it was
what he said was, what I see is a lot of it coming from the left. And again, that's the thing people need to realize. If you notice, when people get on there and they talk about white supremacy, you notice how they always bounce it off of something? They don't like, oh, well, he made the KKK a terrorism organization. No, he made the KKK and Antifa a terrorist organization. Why did you have to bring another organization in? Antifa, we've been talking about Antifa for what, like 15 minutes? KKK been around for a couple centuries. So basically what you're trying to tell me is that in this little 15 minutes, Antifa has risen to the level of the KKK to where they belong in the same sentence. Are you absolutely kidding me? Why is you cannot just say white supremacy is bad and leave it at that? Well, white supremacy is bad, but we're not talking about this also. We're not talking about this also. Just say white supremacy is bad and it has no place in American society. You cannot say it because you do not believe it. And yes, I'm looking at you, Donald Trump. I know you ain't watching, but I'm looking dead at you. You cannot say it because you do not believe it. And if that's incorrect, get at me and we can go live and we can talk about it. But you cannot say it because you do not believe it. And nobody can convince me otherwise.
But it doesn't matter. That's what's so sad, is half the country doesn't care.
Well, it also doesn't matter because it's the status quo in America. So it's not like he's trying to denounce something foreign to them. This is the system that we've all lived under for the 3 or the 4 of us our entire lives. Everybody that's ever lived in America has lived under the system of white supremacy. So it's not. So basically, you're not rocking the boat. You're okay with you're okay with something existing that's always existed and that we're all engulfed in. But to his
Queen will take us back.
The what?
Nothing.
The Queen will take us back.
Yeah.
I mean,
we messed up. Take us home.
look, what happened was, it's like when the kids
about the Boston Tea Party. We're sorry. We're just sorry.
It's like the Harvey Rewax episode of the Cosby Show where Theo, who was it? Was it Theo? I think it was one of the kids thought they was grown, and they're like, okay, you grown, go on, do your own thing, and then you realize you're not grown, and you're like, can I live under your house again? I'll follow your rules. I like tea. I don't know if I've ever had a crumpet, but I'd probably enjoy those too. I mean, y'all they got them fly accents. We can pick that up.
I don't like all the rain, but I get over it.
I mean, people that live in Seattle on purpose, so we don't have to go over there.
What?
Before we creep into the 7 o'clock hour, guys, I really want to touch this vice presidential.
Yes, because I did hear that.
Ladies, I want to hear y'all have that conspiracy theories, and is he a lizard person or whatever y'all was gonna go to.
I don't think he's a lizard person.
First, start back with Mike Pence, because I don't like him, but I find myself grossly amused by this man. And I think it's because he's very intelligent. And as Stephanie pointed out, he's the puppet master. So I'm grossly amused. And I was like, Lord Jesus, please don't let Donald Trump drop dead, because this one is a mother effer right here.
Well, and calculated.
Going back to my Hannibal Lecter comment with Mike Pence, the dude is intelligent. The dude is intelligent, and the dude is absolutely capable of mind effing you, whether you know it or not. And
I was so mad at the moderator for not calling him to answer those questions. He dodged. First
of all, I would have loved for Nora O'Donnell to moderate that.
Yeah.
I would have loved for Nora to do it.
He
answered no. Again, every question that he was
asked. Listen, my man was like,
blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, but we asked you what.
My man bobbed and weaved through that. Whoever prepped him, kudos to you. You absolutely earned your paycheck, because my man was bobbing and weaving. At some point, you had to ask yourself, wait a minute, did he answer that or not? Whoever prepped him for debate, you earned your paycheck, goddammit. Kudos to you.
They mentioned that he's an experienced debater.
Listen, he was in it. I said, I shouldn't be this amused, but this is good. He really, he made it all of that. And here's the thing. I don't know if people realize that within this administration, these people can't answer questions anyway.
No.
If y'all think, from our perspective, that Trump is erratic, not only is he erratic, he has the most hush. I don't know what this dude. Narcissists are a piece of work. Because
he's a narcissist too.
Nobody can answer questions. So I don't think, even if Pence wanted to, he really could answer some of these questions. Don't say nothing. That's how this administration has been run. I said I was not going to be serious about this conversation, guys, because this is my last show, and I just want to enjoy y'all. I'm going to go with this, because I'm going to circle back. That damn fly. I have to bring up the fly. I was laying there, and I was like, what is on my TV? And I got out of my bed. Okay. Now, look, my TV is a good 15 steps from my bed, and I was like this. I was like, that is a damn fly on his head. All I want to know is what was the conversation backstage when they got off the air and like he saw all these damn memes with this fly hair. Who did he yell at? Because I would have wowed everybody out. But I will say this: had Kamala said, "Oh, by the way, there's a fly in your head," I would have been dead. I would have been on the floor. I would have been on the floor.
Yep.
No good.
She should have.
Listen, I would have been no good. But like, okay, Kamala's not my pick, y'all. She's not my pick. However, she's a Black woman in that position. I will not speak against her.
Right.
I think that solidarity is needed. However, she's not my pick. This chick with her level of poise, with them shenanigans, with little Flyboy, because now I will say that he is. Don't laugh at me, Fred. What I will say is he is old school, and you can see the old school politics in him because he was not disrespectful in the way that Donald Trump would be. You know, he came in,
he's good, he's smart.
It was a pleasure to be on the stage with Senator Harris.
It was condescending, but yet no one else picked up.
And here's where people don't understand that politics and charm is like if you don't have charm and politics, it makes for a long road. Yep. Mike Pence is charming. Mm-hmm. He's intelligent, he's charming, and he understands how to play the game. Well played, Vice President. Well played.
We're talking about the kind of people that would the kind of people we were talking about earlier.
Harris, though. Look, again, not my pick, but the level of poise this woman was dealing with him, the level of poise and restraint that this woman had dealing with him, I need to reevaluate her not being my pick.
I got a question that I want to ask you ladies specifically, and this is my male privilege. Hopefully it kicked on. Mm-hmm. In the first debate, you had Chris Wallace moderating. And anytime he tried to cut off Trump and Biden, they both acknowledged him. The second one, you had Susan Page moderating. Anytime she tried to cut off other one of them, like Senator Harris, she didn't have to do it with Kamala as much, but she did acknowledge, well, you know, ma'am, he had not interrupted me. Let me take my time. I noticed that Mike Pence never acknowledged when she'd be like vice president. He never even acknowledged her. How do you, as women, do y'all? Because I don't know, like I don't know if I'm growing as a person or if I'm tripping. Did y'all notice that and how that make you? The fact that
glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up.
No, Stephanie, go ahead, baby. I'll wait.
Everything I'm picking up on him is not overt. It is these covert subtleties. And this is just from a psychology standpoint, from being around a lot of really, talk about charm, narcissistic, agenda-driven zealots in religious sects and cults that I've been involved in my past. This man does not respect women, but he knows how to play the game to where there are women in the audience that think he does. But you are correct. He didn't acknowledge one time that I remember Susan or Kamala. And the way that he deflects so calculated on the really hard-hitting questions, especially when it came to women or health or abortion, all of that stuff, he knows how he feels. He knows, it was calculated, and I find it more dangerous and more evil, personally, than anything Trump could do. Trump is overt and obvious and stumbles over himself like someone who's spilling soup all over his shirt but doesn't get it. Pence is a different player, and yeah, I picked up on that.
He played chess at a master level, period. Mm-hmm. Yep. Trump plays a mixture of checker and chess because he doesn't know when to shut up.
Right.
Pence absolutely plays chess.
Pence doesn't let his ego get in the way either. Pence doesn't let his ego get in the way either.
And that is the definitive difference between him and Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't let his ego get in the way because he is focused enough to keep his eyes on the prize, which is why I pointed out, if you pay really close attention, he don't like Trump either. And I think it probably goes back to that good old boy club anyway, and he's just not part of the club.
Right. Trump
historically is a playboy, and he's not in the same league. So, you know, there's definitive differences in them. But yes, Pence is well versed. He is well read. He understands how to manipulate without you clearly knowing that he's manipulative. And you're right, he does not respect women, but he knows enough to finesse women.
He knows how to talk to them to get, I've seen a lot of pastors, and I'm not knocking on religious people. Please don't take me saying that the things that I've seen in religious, groups that I've been in does not mean this is a blanket statement for all religious people. But I have seen male pastors specifically talk and act very much like Mike Pence, and these were the same type of pastors that were taking advantage of women in the clergy, that were doing shady things behind the scenes because they had no interest in being a shepherd. They were interested in being the authority figure. And they knew as long as they are the authority figure of a church, a large church with, rich donors, they can get away with anything. And I see that same energy from Pence.
All right. So I have a question. So they were talking about, COVID and things like that. And the question was, how will Americans follow guidelines if the people in the White House did, obviously with the Rose Garden Party. And Pence's response was, the American people will do what's right. And when he said that, my first thought was, which American people are you referring to? Because individuals will do what's right, but collectively as a society, do you live here?
He means right. He means right, like more. Again, I think it comes from a deep-seated fundamentalism. Right is what is the moral choice, which is the final authority. What you talk to someone who is deeply religious, like Mike Pence is, and he considers his version of God, or the way that he understands his denomination or whatever as the final authority. So whatever God says is moral is right. Whether he or anyone else thinks it's immoral or not doesn't matter. It's right because it comes from that authority figure. I think that's what he meant, is when they'll do what's right. They'll do what we think is moral, the moral choice, the right choice.
And I definitely wouldn't disagree with that. But what I would say is that's all fine and dandy, Mr. Pence, but that ain't got a damn thing to do with pandemic conditions. Because in this instance, what the right thing is practice social distancing, wearing masks, following guidelines set forth by whoever. And I get it. It's a fluid situation. I'm definitely not 100% putting this on the Trump administration because this is uncharted territory. Whether it's man-made, whatever, wherever this virus came from, this is a different animal. We've never had a society shut down like this. So I'm not putting this all on them. Now they have not handled it well, but again, it's not like, well, last person did it. But the thing is, like, what have you seen from the American people throughout the last 6 months that would give you the audacity to make that statement that people will do what's right? We've seen that every time they've been like, all right, y'all can kind of do this. People go like, okay, Florida, we gonna open up the beaches a little bit. Boom, everybody go out to the beaches, cases sky up. Arizona, we gonna open up a little bit. Boom, cases shot up. Case in point, here in Las Vegas, open up the casinos. Boom, numbers shot up.
Texas.
What? Whose mansion? They had a little party out at the garden, and everybody that went got the damn disease. Wasn't there a mansion it's not in Pennsylvania, but isn't it on Pennsylvania Avenue or something like that? You know what I'm talking about? The mansion where they had the party outside and everybody went and they all caught the cold. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the mansion in Pennsylvania Avenue. What is it, 1600 Pennsylvania? The big, it's a house and it's white and it's big, and all the people had the party outside at the party and they all caught the disease. So these are the people that you expect to do the right thing. This, first of all, y'all just showed that you can't even do the right thing because y'all had a party, everybody got sick. But then you're gonna talk about, we don't really need to put stipulations on the American people. Just let them do what they want to do, but they'll just do the right thing. Who? Hootie hoo, hootie hoo.
Again, I think if they invoke the 25th Amendment, I don't quite understand where Nancy Pelosi's reasoning is behind that. I know she's not stupid and I know she's not naive, but I don't know if she really knows who Mike Pence is and what bills he's signed and what he's all about.
Because I think with Pelosi, it is ego. I think that because Nancy Pelosi cannot get out of her own way, because part of it is ego, part of it is her disdain for this administration, that she is not operating in the way that we know Nancy Pelosi can operate. And for that, as much as I like Nancy Pelosi, she gotta go.
Yeah.
Because you cannot lose control because your adversary is a jerk. You cannot lose control because you have that much disdain. First of all, you have that much hate in your heart for anyone disturbs me as a public servant.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And granted, listen, I don't like that dude either. However, if you have a job to do,
you got to work together. You got to learn how to do it. And
right, you have a job to do. And your job is to work with this psychopath because that's who we put in office. And that's it. And her disdain for this man keeps her from doing the right thing. Nancy Pelosi, you don't have my votes. Because we are supposed to be more important than your ego, than your disdain, than your beef. You're playing with our lives. Because all of y'all good. There's going to be no waiver in your retirement. The rest of us are thinking about next meal, whether we can pay rent. People are really struggling out here. And they are on Capitol Hill running amok, acting stupid with, I can't say that, we're on the air, with their egos.
Well, and there's so much at stake. I know it seems like every election there's so much at stake, but there is. If even the people that are so against Joe Biden for the creepy stuff or whatever it is, even if you don't like Kamala, the things are at.
For me, my problem is I don't really so here's the thing. I don't think that Joe Biden is really creepy. I think that he's inappropriate, which probably translates into creepy. He's the uncle that doesn't know, like, because it's a sensory thing. I've watched him enough. It looks like a sensory thing. And not making excuses for him because that's uncomfortable. But I don't think that he's doing it in a sexual way. I think it's actually a sensory thing. With that being said, Joe Biden is too old to run. And I know his intent to run. It's just we got stuck with Trump.
Right.
And the ticket said, Joe, you got to go. Like, that's just what it is. I don't think he wants to be in that seat anymore than a lot of people want him in that seat. But the opposite of that, Donald Trump having 4 more years, and we can't afford that as an American.
That's what I'm afraid of. Is November 4th is just around the corner. If they invoke the 25th Amendment, and if we have 4 more years with Mike Pence being the puppet master that I think he is, I mean, we may lose same-sex marriage. We may lose women's rights completely. We may have Roe v. Wade overturned. I mean,
here's the thing.
And with all of our other problems we already have, like no health care, and I mean, on top of it.
And here's the thing. We haven't dug this season. We didn't dig into, and that may be a mistake on our behalf. We didn't dig into the nomination for Supreme Court. Yeah. She looks good on surface, and then when you start to dig into her record, I have a lot of pause.
It's like what?
We're in trouble no matter how this happened.
I think that they will. They'll put the nomination through for the Supreme Court before the election. I think they will.
People do not understand is even if Joe wins, if the Senate stays what it is, if the House stays what it is, we are in trouble. And I'm going to be very clear and very transparent, like what y'all gonna do. This is my last show. My card says Democrat, but I'm going to be very transparent here. A lot of my beliefs circle in Republican for various reasons. And I don't have time to give you the history lesson in these two parties that I would need for you to understand my thoughts and why it is what it is and why I sit where I sit and why I came into this conversation very lighthearted. Politics is nothing that I have ever taken lightly. It is always something that I follow closely, even as a child. I pay attention to people's records. I watch C-SPAN on the regular. I know who you are before you get in front of me on purpose. And that's at a local level, that's at a state level, that's at this federal level. I understand politics. I analyze and I look very closely and I understand why things are the way they are. I understand how we got here. And we got here as a society because people don't pay attention. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to pay attention. Stop harping on things that you don't have control over, like this presidential situation. We have no control over that, ladies and gentlemen. What you have control over is how the Senate and how the House moves. You have control over who's sitting in those seats. Those seats are absolutely governed by us. If you do not do your homework, if you fall into this familiar name, we are absolutely putting our children in harm's way because there are a whole generation of babies behind us that have to live through the atrocities that we allow to happen on our watch. Period.
Yep.
They are going to suffer in our lack of judgment, in our lack of doing, in our lack of everything. They are going to suffer this mishap. We're watching him. They are going to live through it. We have to do better. We have to make better decisions. We have to make more informed decisions because it is not okay.
Yep.
There it is. Man, that right there, what you just did, we are going to miss that in the season. We are going to miss that. Now, I will say this. You can be mad if you want to. You got some big ass feet right now. You got some big ass feet. Those are some big shoes. I am very confident in the person that is going to step in and become our new full-time host on the Love Show. She's sitting there looking like, I don't know why she's looking like, what I'm talking about. You want to smile. You want to smile. Yes, I'm talking about. Yes, you.
I didn't know that.
Miss Stephanie Tapley, who is going to be in the
I'm not filling her shoes. I'm not.
You can't. Them shoes are gonna sit right there.
I know. That's what okay.
We're gonna step in and we're gonna put some new shoes right next to them.
It's a weird way you're saying all of it. Makes me feel.
You know what? Look, this ain't what I do. I didn't script this. Shut up. I was trying. You know what? Never mind. Look, Letitia leaving, Stephanie coming. Go ahead. Never mind. Letitia,
like eloquently, and Stephanie blew up this whole introduction.
Brother, you know what? It might be just the Stephanie show because I might leave too. Damn it!
No.
I understand. So look, so we had time left, ladies and gentlemen, and we were going to go through these recaps of the season, which we will. Let me dispel a little myth because I heard like some little whispers that I didn't like Stephanie, and that listen, we cut up so bad on our own time. Stephanie is my boo. Y'all don't understand all the inappropriate jokes and anyway. I love Stephanie. She is a great addition to the Love Show, and she challenges my thought process. And I love the fact that she can do that as another woman, because what I don't want is somebody here that's going to constantly agree. I love the fact that she challenges my thoughts. She makes me look at it in a different perspective, because as a white woman, she has a very different perspective as I do as a Black woman. And we're both very strong personalities. So being able to sit in the room with a woman that we're very like-minded, but sometimes we just arrive at that point very differently, I love and enjoy that. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called growth. So Stephanie, I have enjoyed my time with you. I am going to miss you. I'm going to stalk your inbox because that's what we do.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, I hope that
You're not rid of me. I'm gonna crash the party every so often, ladies and gents. You're not rid of me. But Phoenix Speaks has other business. I have to pour into my brands. I have to pour into new ventures, and I love you guys. So this is not a goodbye. This is a talk to you later. Frederick, I love you.
I swear to God,
you are absolutely the example of Black man that I want to see. Wow. I know when you say things that it is with pride and conviction. I know that you operate in a way that you would not have to apologize for your actions later. You're honest. You're deliberate. And listen, everybody catch that. He is deliberate. There is something to be said about a very deliberate man. That means he thinks and he acts in that same motion. I have the highest respect for you. And I am absolutely going to miss sitting across from you on Fridays. But I'll be back to harass you. But it is nothing but love here. And I love you guys so much. To my Elena, who is not here, I am going to miss our little chit chat, our little girl time, and your spirit, because you glow and your aura is so beautiful. Selena was not able to be here, and y'all know that's my little love bug. I love her to death. She is just sweet as apple pie. You know, I am always cheering for you. I love you. And to my Dre, whom I don't know if I should address, because my baby is just, he was emotional last week. He almost made me cry. I was like, if he make my mascara run, I swear. I'm always operating behind the scenes, guys. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just taking a step back to focus on some things that I need to focus on. Understand, Andre, that I love you to pieces. I believe in what you do. I believe in you as a man. I believe in you as a person, and you are a beautiful human. So I love all of you. And look, I did it without crying.
I hope Andre heard that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Heard it all. I heard every bit of it. By the way, I got something. I got something here that I wanted to share real quick with you guys. Of course, I have to do this because even the dog saying don't go.
I knew you was gonna chime in because he just won't let me do the show.
You don't appear to be okay. Let's see what's going on with you.
I totally agree with that. And here's the thing: things that are not talked about cannot heal. And that is said a lot when you're talking about victims, but you have to understand
Don't you play around.
Around you, and then you victimize yourself by not taking care of it. I suffered from clinical depression and anxiety. In therapy, I learned coping mechanisms to help myself because I also know that people assume because somebody is depressed or they have mental health issues that they are medicated. I don't want to take drugs. You don't have to. There are other ways to manage that. I understand things about my anxiety that I didn't before therapy. Prime example, this pandemic has wreaked havoc on my anxiety. Why? Because I know that I have a maximum of 3 days that I can stay in the house consecutively before it starts driving me nuts. You have to understand your triggers and then how to combat them. So to combat that, I go on a walk. For my depression, I understand that I need 45 minutes of cardio a day. What does cardio do? What does exercise do? It raises your endorphins. Your endorphins is that happy chemical in your body.
And now, of course, I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna say something. It was this show right here. To be very honest, a lot of people don't know this because I never told anybody this. I've been tucking this in for a while. It was this show because Letitia and I have only known each other for a couple months, but it seems like we've known each other forever. We talk all the time about everything. Yes, and it's none of your damn business what we talk about either. But we talk about everything, and it was at this point right here that I knew that Letitia was real, and I've come to know Letitia to be one of the realest. The realest. Let's be clear, and I want y'all to hear this clearly. One of the realest younger women that I've ever met in my entire life, and that is real. She has never been afraid to put herself out there to help other people. This episode right here, she gave y'all a piece of her life that actually helped me a lot. Letitia helped me in many ways become better, and she's continuing to help me become better as a person who wants to see everybody do well in the community and beyond. She taught me how to not have patience, but for only children and animals. She taught me that too, which I ain't got no damn patience for y'all damn human beings. I'll tell you that. I ain't got no damn patience for y'all. You can thank Letitia Artisan for that. But guess what? It's real. She's right. And man, I love her for that. For real, for real. She's always been phenomenal. Even if I don't agree with something, she tells me why. She's not the type of person that's just a know-it-all or a smart ass. You can learn a lot from her. And I tell you what, if you women ain't paying attention, some of you that's younger than Letitia need to take from Letitia. For real, for real. Take from Letitia Hardison. Okay? One of the realest motherfuckers I know. Real talk.
You trying to make me fall. I'm not gonna do it. I refuse. I'm a G, damn it.
I'm a G, damn it. I'm a G.
One thing that I've learned just by watching you, like, I'm an opinionated girl, okay? I am, and I'm fairly confident, but there is something about your presence when you talk, that you talk with such conviction and such certainty and confidence that it's unwavering. Like, that's something I wish that one day I could feel that I could do. Like, I look up to you because you are a strong woman. You're all of those things, but you're able to say exactly what you feel, and the delivery is flawless, and you're not thinking about it. That is just who you are. And it's something that I want to emulate myself. So I think, like Andre said, a lot of people, especially women, could learn from you to find your voice, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't speak exactly what your truth is. Doesn't matter if someone's going to disagree with you, that's okay. And you have that confidence that even I don't always exude, because I do feel intimidated, and I do get sensitive, and I do care what other people think. And I'm not saying you don't care what other people think, but you make it known that you're going to be heard anyway, because it's important. And that's a really, really good quality that I think a lot of people should be able to look up to. And I love you too.
Thank you. Oh my God, Stephanie might have got me, y'all.
Sorry.
I'm humbled each and every time that I sit with you guys, each and every time that I am the mama bear, the overbearing mama bear that gets on your nerves, and I'm speaking to the whole Rise Up family, because I know that I am such a strong personality, and sometimes it's overbearing, and it's like, yo, I'm grown. Understand that is nothing but my love. Love pours out of me, and if I tell you I love you, please understand that is not just a thing for me. I love hard in friendship. I love hard romantically. I love hard with my family. So if I invite you into my space, understand that I will kill for you. There is never a time that I want to touch somebody and didn't give them something, whether it is a blessing, whether it was love, whether I poured into them. That is my goal, because at the end of the day, all of us as people should be a village. We should be here supporting and uplifting. And that's why I'm part of Rise Up. That's how I came to be here on the Love Show. Let our voices empower. So if I leave you with anything, please know that I love you. I'm always just an inbox away. And let's do this. We still got a lot of work to do. So let's do this. Oh, I am reading the comments, guys. If I don't get around to liking or loving your comment, I'm gonna get there. I appreciate it. I'm so sick of y'all because I'm great.
You tried so hard.
Or a favorite moment that you had from the show this year?
We can barely hear you, baby.
Why?
I don't know.
Right. He was like, what?
I've literally not touched my computer. Can you hear me now?
It's really muffled.
Yeah, it's really muffled.
Oh, I'll just type it in the chat.
Put your head like really close to the laptop. That's a cool look anyway, right?
Buddy.
Right here. You're good. You know what I mean? Is this a good look? You liking this? No? Try again. No?
Drank all my wine, y'all. What is my favorite moment from this season?
Oh. I'm not moving closer like it matters.
My favorite moment from the season, and listen, y'all, I'm not going to be able to recollect all of this. I said something out of my mouth, and God knows what I said. But Elena and Frederick lost it. Like, God, what did I say? Because they were done with me. What did I say? Like, Fred looked like he was getting ready to get up and walk away from the camera. I don't know what I said out of my mouth. I have so many favorite moments. So many favorites. Usually when I'm being inappropriate, because that's funny.
Yeah.
I liked when you told John off the other day. Was it John? Was that his name? I don't know.
Who, me?
Yeah, the guy in the comment section, and you told him off, and it was just really funny to me.
Y'all always laughing at me. I understand that I say things and they're comical, but I'm dead serious when I say these things.
I know.
And I don't know how to like buffer that. It's just my personality. I'm like, you're just stupid. You know, I don't like I wasn't trying to be funny. I just found
No.
I don't know. Frederick, what's your favorite moment?
Can you guys hear me?
Sort of.
No, still can't hear you.
But you heard me say that. Can you hear me? But you can't hear me. What? Look, you know what? This is some old technology. So my favorite moment is not right now with technology. I said he won the season when he did it, and even though there's been so many great moments, I don't remember what we were talking about, but when Selena was laying on the bed and Casey came in behind her and put the box of Cheerios up by the TV, that was it. I was like, Casey won the show. And again, as much as I love y'all, we've had some great talks, whether it be, serious talks about the tragedies and things like that, or, the sexy episode we did, which we are definitely doing another one next year, because Stephanie, you not off the hook. But yeah, when Casey dropped them Cheerios off in the background and Dre was like, yo, Casey, man, it was a wrap. The wrap.
Right, because let me give you backstory if y'all don't know what the Cheerios situation is.
Y'all don't know what
Selena and all of her craziness said the way that they have sex is to put Cheerios out for the baby. So this was a running joke for several episodes. Now keep in mind, Selena's daughter is a teenager, but imagine somebody putting some Cheerios out for a toddler. I want to say the next episode, this fool comes on with a Cheerio shirt on. And we were like, what were you doing? Selena, I'm so upset she's not here tonight because she gave us so many laughable moments. And she didn't do them on purpose, but that is her quirky personality. Like that Cheerios foolishness was hilarious.
Letitia, do you remember this moment?
Absolutely the appropriate words, regardless of the time that he was with us. Definitely an icon.
For sure. Yeah. Absolutely. And he didn't play any trash role.
Right.
Like so many people will bow down to a paycheck. And he was very deliberate in how he delivered himself to us. Mm-hmm. And I read one.
Funny how I just found that moment. You talking about people being deliberate. Funny how I found that.
It is a notable character. It's a notable characteristic. So many people are not.
His folks.
When I find people that are.
I don't know, is that actually my resting face though? Because I'm not.
Yep.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah, because my resting face is like I'm going to bang somebody.
Hey Stephanie, can I ask you a question?
He can just catch his little.
Yes. Yes. Maybe.
Was your eyes hooded in that with that?
They're always hooded. Ever since 35, it's all downhill from there, babe. Yeah.
Yo.
They used to be like up here, and now they're here. Anyway.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with y'all.
I love Stephanie too.
I'll just get tape and I'll just pull it back. It's fine. I got enough hair back here. I'll just put a little rubber band. Everything will be great.
OMG. That you're explaining your eyebrows right now.
I'm just giving tips to all of the viewers.
Right. What's your favorite Love Show episode?
The one that had that audio? That one? We can't hear you.
Well, I asked Dre this time because Frederick is having some technical difficulties and I don't like it.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
So you guys want to know my favorite?
Absolutely.
Wow. Well, they don't call me the fire starter for no reason. But I'll be very clear on what my favorite moment on the Love Show was. My favorite Love Show moment was when a certain someone got his ass handed to him. Yo, a certain somebody was talking a lot of mess, and that was the moment we realized Letitia was more gangsta and hood than we thought. Yo, Letitia handed him his ass on the dirtiest of platters. Not a silver platter, but the dirtiest of platters. Here you go. Here you go, smartass. Have fun. Take that. What you thought? What's this saying? You got me effed up. I'm the fire starter.
That's what happened. It kicked in. I was like, oh. There have been some times where I've been in my Calvin Klein suits, and it's Calvin Klein, y'all, because he does plus size well. I'm not a label whore, I swear it. You got me fucked up in these seats. I would come out this seat in these stilettos, and it can flip. All of the Baltimore in me can come out. Okay, and that day he just pushed a little bit too far, and I was like, "Oh, he got me. He got me fucked up." I let him know. It was not my best moment. I pride myself in being in control.
It was funny.
But now we know that Letitia's a psycho and leave her alone. Stop! Frederick, can we hear you now? We can see you.
Can y'all hear me?
Barely.
That's some foolishness.
Y'all notice that everything was
Zoom wants to ruin my last show.
in my bubble, and now all of a sudden my audio didn't work. See, Stephanie took my voice. That's what happened.
I did no such thing. Don't project on me. Don't project.
Nice little thing, and then Stephanie came in the bubble and took my voice. But I mean, my favorite moment, I guess, would be one of the times when I had to get in hightail it to go watch the game, so I could watch, But no, in all seriousness, favorite episode, I gotta go with the sexy episode. That was just a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Heavy conversations, because unfortunately we've had way too many heavy situations in this nation. So the fact that episode, have fun and cut loose and learn some things about some people that we probably didn't want to learn, but hey, that was a fun episode. But I also like the fact that we brought light to a lot of things that maybe people had heard of but not really familiar with. The murder of Elijah McClain, which we are still waiting on justice for. Unfortunately, we did not receive justice for Breonna Taylor, but the real unfortunate thing is that we are not surprised that we didn't receive justice. That's the unfortunate part. But just this whole season, getting to know you and Dre and Elena, Selena. Well, I already kind of knew Selena, but getting to know her, a different side of her. The Cheerio side, the silly side. Javon. I was gonna say Stephanie, but she took my voice, so I don't know if I even want to know her anymore.
I didn't do anything.
Look, April Thomas said, "Can't nobody hear you?" Ron Thomas said his favorite show was when we were all drunk. We weren't all drunk, Ron. We just let our hair down. Selena was drunk. Like, the vodka was in her. She was definitely drunk, but not all of us. All of us were. I don't think Fred was at all, because I think Fred had to go to work. And for myself, I don't get intoxicated because I don't know what to say out of my mouth when I'm sober. So no intoxication for me.
Yeah, me either.
Me either. Nope, no thanks.
I don't know what to say out of my mouth, and I will not say that well, y'all know me. I don't need liquid courage in the first place. But alcohol may make me a little less tolerant. And again, I pride myself on having control, so I don't want to
coin that. I don't need liquid courage anyway. Ooh, coin that.
I don't.
Coin it.
I don't.
That's right.
Look, OG, what's the about? I don't need liquid courage. Who gonna check me?
Ooh, uh-oh. Who gonna check?
Who gonna check me?
Oh,
I do this all day. I write the check and cash the check. Like, I don't need liquid courage. Oh, look at that!
Why are you
gonna get a pop in?
Did you take shirts?
No.
Well, the other one looks yellow. I was like, hold on. Is there a cloning situation going on right now?
No, his device was not working and we couldn't hear him. He changed the whole
but
device.
he showed up in a blue shirt and the other one looks yellow, at least on my screen. I was like, wait.
It was blue. Oh, are you drinking?
No, it looks on my screen.
It's the same shirt. It's just for some reason on my computer it gives me a reddish look. But yeah, no, I do not change my shirt and my tie in like 4 seconds. I mean I'm semi-talented, but not when it comes.
I'm just saying I had an irrational moment where I didn't know what was happening.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you get for stealing my voice.
Oh, I was just picking.
Anyway, yeah, I didn't want to restart the computer because we're almost done. So I was like, that's going to take too long. So I'll just sit here and hold my phone because this is comfortable.
So Stephanie, now that you have dethroned me, now that you're assuming my throne,
I don't
be. Did you see a face?
That's a lot of pressure, and no.
She was like, "You looked appalled." I'm sorry. Like, I live for shock value, but you look so appalled just then. You was like, "What the hell? Wait a minute! You're not about to put all that pressure on me." I'm gonna stop through because you're gonna need help wrangling these two.
Oh, I'll just let them fight it out, and when they're done, we'll be like, "All right, we good now? We move on."
Stephanie is like the most unbothered mother ever, y'all. Dre and Frederick were at it before we jumped on the air, and she was like, "I'm just gonna let them kill themselves." I don't know. Yeah. And I came in like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Let them kill themselves. I'm unbothered."
First of all, we wasn't at it. Dre, some people got to learn the hard way. Some people, and Ron Thomas, you in the comments, yeah, you on the list too. You on the list too. Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna learn. Don't start nothing with me now.
Oh, I don't know what you talking about. I ain't learned nothing. He was in his feelings about me saying something last week about his team losing. Of course
you ain't learned nothing, because that's what Packer fans, y'all don't learn. Like, y'all don't learn how to tackle the same running back that ran all over y'all 5 weeks straight. Y'all don't learn. Anyway, Letitia, hey, any last farewell? You gonna sing for us?
Yeah, sing.
No, I got something.
Or is he about to do something?
I got something.
He about to do something real Dre-ish.
That's right.
Real for us, Andre.
Of course. We couldn't leave the show without. Oh yeah, no. We're gonna skip that part. We're gonna get right to it.
No, not tonight. It is good. It is. I'm excited about this. I've been excited about this all week.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Question number one, Letitia, what was really in that cup that night? What was really in that cup?
Tequila. Tequila was in that cup that night. I had, and I'm not gonna say what brand because you got to cut a check for me to say the brand, but I had tequila, which is what I commonly drink. Actually, every once in a while I drink wine, but I'm a straight tequila girl. That night was fun. As a matter of fact, like random facts, I had 2 tops to choose from. Selena and I were on video chat, and her daughter was like, "Oh no, you gotta wear the black one. You gotta give them everything." So that's how you got my boobs just spilling all over the darn keyboard because Brooklyn said, my boobs had to be out. And another random fact is Frederick said that we had to have cleavage that night because we were talking about kink. Selena or Elena, I can't remember who said it, said he should wear gray sweatpants. And Frederick was like, I live in the desert. I don't have sweatpants, number one. Not please, sweatpants.
Okay, first of all, what you not gonna do is that was you that said the gray sweatpants. What you not gonna do is try to put it on two people that ain't here to speak up for themselves. That was you. That was you. Yes.
Okay, well, I said
all the
wear
look, that was me. I told the ladies to let her. So that was you.
It was
but
me.
That was you with sweatpants.
I'm sorry. It was me.
Yeah. Don't try to. How you gonna try to tell us?
I'm just saying, if we had, I got a lot of cleavage, Frederick. Let's be fair.
I know.
You all had a lot of cleavage. Fellas, y'all welcome. That was me.
I would not have been bringing the
we gonna do this.
You're welcome.
What'd you say?
Hold on. What Stephanie say? Wait a minute. What'd you say, Stephanie?
I said I would not have been bringing the cleavage. I do not have that to work with. So.
Oh, you
sorry,
man. Listen, I would have sent you something.
When we do part two, you have to work it out.
And push them out. We all had cleavage that night.
I can create it like with duct tape and like magic and paint.
Well,
exactly.
But I'm just saying the natural me is not as blessed in that area. But I have good clavicles, so.
Oh, the natural you is still beautiful. That's okay.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't beautiful just because I don't have cleavage. I'm just saying.
Stephanie, take a compliment. Take the compliment, Stephanie. Take the compliment.
Oh, she did. No, she did. Not only did she take it, she said, "Oh, don't get it messed up." I didn't say it wasn't beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, she caught that. That's right.
Oh, I caught it too. Gosh darn it.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to talk about
it. But yeah, this was a very magical night for you lovely folks.
I like Elena's mood light she got on there. That's pretty nice. That's cool.
Her background was everything.
Yeah, her disco ball and all that.
Yeah, Elena was definitely feeding the people that night. For sure. And Selena, I swear, she looked like she was outside watching a movie at a drive-in, except for you don't need no cars for this. Just look at her ambiance.
That was the whole big vibe going that night.
And me and Letitia sitting over here with the world in the back of our head.
Well, if we do a part 2, can Letitia come back for that episode?
First of all, I don't know why you said if. That's a Janet Jackson song.
It's not up to me. It's not my.
No, it's already been spoken. We are doing a part 2. We doing one. If the Love Show has 57 seasons, it's gonna be 57 episodes. Yeah. We doing one every season.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, we can have special guests. Letitia can come back. Selena and Casey can come back as long as they bring the yoga swing, or they could be on the yoga.
Because let me tell you what's not going to happen. What's not going to happen is a part 2 where I've got like on a negligee situation and you guys are just wearing your regular shirts. That's what's not going to happen. I'm not going to be the only girl.
It's not my fault that societal wise there's no male lingerie that's appropriate for viewership. That's not my fault. I mean, blame the patriarchy. I can empathize, but I'm just saying there ain't no dude teddies.
Ain't no elephant trunks gonna be shown on this on the airwaves. Okay.
Y'all are missing one. Yeah.
Okay, so Stephanie, what wardrobe would you suggest that we wear?
I don't want to be the only girl on the day that we do that.
You won't be.
You ain't gonna be the only girl.
I just said I didn't want to.
That's a Rihanna song. That's a Rihanna song.
Look, I'm a keep it real. Y'all be mad if you want to. If there's an opportunity for cleavage to be shown, you best believe I'm stacking the deck, literally and metaphorically speaking. Like I'm not just gonna have one female. Like just no. Like, yeah, come on now. That's just not good business.
That's that Las Vegas coming out. You tell it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we're gonna have Stephanie, we're gonna have Letitia, we're gonna have Elena.
Deliberate.
You know what I'm saying? If Selena's welcome to come back, we might have some other guests come on, yeah. I like, matter of fact, Dre might not even be invited. Just, hey.
Oh, see, you dead wrong. See, that's exactly, you know what, see? But you know what? Hey,
Wow.
see what I do. I'll produce right here.
I'm just saying, like, all I'm saying is if y'all were me and y'all see what I see on the weekly, yeah, y'all know. Like I said, we have a very nice looking panel. I'm gonna put it like that. But all right, season 1 of the Love Show. It's been a ride. It's been a ride. The good thing is, well, the good thing, bad thing, is that we'll have plenty to talk about in season 2. We'll have plenty. I don't think that this country is going to, give us a lack of topic material. So we'll have plenty to talk about. Sister Gunner will pop in from time to time. But the wonderful Stephanie is our newest addition to the family, permanent addition to the family, I should say. You've been in the family, but now you're a permanent addition. So we need to file the paperwork and send in the registration fee. We'll get you all squared away.
Registration fee.
He's been adopted.
I'll send you the information as far as where to send the registration fee.
Okay.
It's official. She's adopted, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Season 1 of the Love Show. Appreciate all the viewers. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's watched us on the OnPoint Network all season. Shout out to everybody that's watched us on Facebook Live all season. Your comments, your chats. Shout out to the entire Rise Up Network, the Rise Up family. We love you all. We appreciate you all.
Don't be a stranger, guys. You can find me on Facebook at Phoenix Speaks. You can find me on Twitter at Speaks_Phoenix. You can find me on Instagram at Phoenix Speaks, and you can find me at thephoenixspeaks.com. Don't be a stranger. I'm around. So I will see you soon. Good night.
It's just